Today I'll be making some food. And yeah, I know, Cleo, it's right. You're excited for this too, aren't you? The cat's making sounds. I'm making coq au vin, which is basically a chicken, wine, and other stuff. I got all a bunch of vegetables and garbage here. Uh, Thyme, which is one of the spices I'm going to be using. Mainly that and salt and pepper. Mainly that and salt and pepper. Onion, celery, carrot, some bacon, which you're supposed to use like lardons or whatever, but I only got bacon. I need to use it, and it says it goes for uh, like what, quarter of a pound. I have like a pound, so I'll just cut part of it off. I'm using Better Than Bouillon for the first time. I've never used that, so hope that's good. Tomato paste, make it thicker. Cornstarch if needed. Got some wine, some white wine that I'm going to be using. That I tried to find some kind of French wine because it's a French dish. Thought I might, but I couldn't find any, so I'm using a very local wine. Well, not very local, local enough. Uh, It's a Chardonnay, which is good for that, I think. And I'm also doing something I've never done before, which is using a whole chicken. And as you can see, this was $10.10, which is much cheaper than if you buy just the stuff by itself. So hopefully this will be good. This is 5 pounds, which with bone in, I don't know how much that is, but yeah, 188 a pound. How much is it for chicken normally? Like more than that. So maybe I'll save money and make something good. Who knows? But right now, I'm going to get my mise en place. I'm going to cut all my vegetables up in a good way, and then I'm going to try and do the chicken, and then also I guess also the bacon too. Then we're going to see how that works. I hope I don't mess this up because the French are watching. I don't know if I'll be able to make all these carrots the right size. I'm using two uh, bigger, good sized ones and two kind of small ones that were in the bag. Hopefully that'll work. I don't know. See what will be fine. Just realized my cutting board looked a little gross. That's embarrassing, but I cleaned it up and it'll be better. All the pieces that I'm not using, I'm going to put in a little thing I put in the freezer, which I use to make stock when I can. So just vegetable stock, which usually works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I should use better things. But it feels like I need to use the stuff that I don't need, right? Use the vegetable parts that you don't use for cooking. That usually works. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Anyway, let me peel these things up. You're supposed to cut them into about even places. These are a little too small to be even, but I'll do my best. I'm gonna have to like bring it out here. Whatever. Just gonna cut it, and I'm gonna make these around the same size. I'm gonna try to make them the same size. If they're not the same size, it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's just we're just making food. I see people cook all the time that I go, dude, why are you so stressed out? You're cooking. Calm down. And yes, I'm using a steak knife because this is the sharpest knife I have, and I don't know how to make it that many sharp. I have a thing that sharpens knives, but it doesn't do a very good job. And this is the sharpest one I have, so I'm gonna be using this to cut things. Sorry, this is how I do things. Okay, these are roughly the same size. I mean, some of them might not cook as good as the other ones, but it'll be fine. It's fine. Right, a quick wash and a rinse or whatever, and I'm gonna the celery now. For celery, I'm always wondering, like, for how much of this do you use the white part? Do you use? Do you use the white part? Do some people not use white part? Is it the best part? I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna use as much as I can. I mean, celery's good. So, and just do relatively big pieces, so about that much, and I'll just go through the whole thing like that. No one's seen me cut vegetables, so I'll skip some of this. Okay, two celery stalks later, and I haven't cut myself yet, which is hope it doesn't happen. Yeah, these should. I don't know. I feel like they're a little too big, but I think they'll be fine. I mean, they'll be simmering for like an hour. Yeah. Then we go to our onion. Not really sure why you're supposed to cut like the core gimmick out of onions, but I see everyone do it, so I do it anyway. Doesn't seem like it'd be that big of a problem, but I don't know. Maybe it tastes awful for everyone else. I don't know. Yeah, this onion's. I don't know how long I've had this onion. It's fine. Yeah, for onions, since we're going to be cooking for a while, it needs to be cut the long way. And I do that by just doing it long ways and just chopping up like that. and it usually is absolutely fine. And if this isn't the way to do it, I don't care. I'm doing it this way because traditional style anything is stupid, and you can do it any way you want. I know you're supposed to do like a rough dice, a larger dice of the onion for this, but onions are like my favorite vegetable, and I like a lot of it in it. So I'm gonna make them kind of a little bigger, big slivers. I think that'll be better for me. Some people do it the the pearl onions that are usually used for things like this. Those are more expensive, and I don't want to do that, so I'm doing it this way. All right, this goes for about a quarter of a pound of bacon, which is a quarter of this, I assume. So I'm gonna be just cutting that in about a quarter ish or something, and then cutting into little smaller pieces. And yes, I washed my cutting board beforehand. You gotta do that. Don't want it. That's how you get disease things happen. Even with my sharp knife, bacon's so hard to cut. It's so fatty. I swear this is the sharpest knife I have. Nice and easy now. It looks terrible. Okay, I got the chicken out of the packaging, and I was trying to like get the juices off, and all the organs fell out. I forgot that organs are in these things. I don't like how this just looks like it was alive 10 minutes ago. It bothers me, but I'll fight through it, I guess. Clean knife, just cut the skin about. I don't know what it's supposed to. I've never done this before, so this is gonna be fun. I did it with a turkey once. It was a complete failure, but the skin, okay, you can see through it. You can see through it. And maybe let's get a little more. Shouldn't be doing upside down. We're just like break it off, right? Look, the drum goes right here. So if I just like break this, joint should be around here, I think. Skin we don't need for anything, but I'll get to that in a second. I'll put you. Let's see if oh, that's a good sound. The break. That bone fell off. My cat hears this and she thinks it's food, I assume. Which it is, but not for you. Alright. Got a leg. Get the skin out of here. This is the cheaper method, but man, it's a lot easier to just cut things up without having to do any of this garbage. Gross. Okay. That's a leg. Let me get the skin off. It bothers me. Get the skin off in a good way. Just scrape it off, maybe. Oh, the people who cook for a living are so disappointed at me with this. Ooh, that was loud. Let me just chop this gimmick off. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, we got a wing. Bit of it, most of it. I'm supposed to get the rest of that. I don't know. Wing. We're learning here. Maybe I had a big knife. I need a big knife. Do I have a big knife? I have a kind of big knife. I have a less sharp big knife. Yeah, it ain't working. Snap off. There we go. That was a good snap. Good snap. Take a bump. Good snap. Oh, let's. Where did I break you? Is it broken completely? Uh huh. You got another wing, I guess. That's bone for something. Ew, gross. So yeah, we get. Ooh, get the skin off. Ah, oh, so many people are just would just be just so embarrassed to see me doing this. Good thing no one's gonna watch this. I don't need the skin because skin's for like braising. Like, you're gonna get is like for for if you want to like braise it, like sear it in garbage. We're not doing that. We're just boiling it basically. So skin is not necessary at all. Let me cut this last leg off. Alright, then let me just flip you over here. Leg, cut. Okay, there's a fat line there, and then this is also the good stuff though. So I want to get the rest of that, except for this. Let me get the skin off. I can get the skin off. Just gotta deglove this chicken. Uh-huh. I really need to get a better knife. Alright, there's all the gross skin off. That's a fun sound. I want to add that to the flipping thing. How am I going to get this leg off? Ew, gross fat. Ew. Alright. This joint thing kind of right there. I feel like that should be it, but I gotta break it first. Ooh. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'll clean that up in a bit. Okay. Then we're gonna get the breast out, which apparently is pretty flippin' easy, but we'll see. Slice right down the thing. Kind of slice it up a bit. It's okay if it's not perfect. I'm just cooking for me. Yeah, that looks like a chicken breast right there. Heck yeah. That's disgusting. How do people do this? Let's get the other one. It's right there. Why does it have to make so much gross sounds? Too bit left-handed. Okay. Okay, there's no bone or anything. It's just okay. Another chicken breast. Yeah, these are just chicken breasts. Bam, bam, bam. Look at all that flipping. Look at all that. Look at all that. And look at this gross, whatever this is. I don't want to touch this. Why am I touching this? Okay, this is gonna go into making probably chicken stock or something. I gotta get it away from me. All right, so I have the worst bacon in history, and now we gotta cut this stuff, which is gonna be the breasts are easy. This knife is garbage. And the thing is, you're traditionally not to cut them too much because you want to be nice and big, like smaller cuts though. But yeah, like you probably don't need to cut the flipping the tender loin part. Yeah, this just peels right off. Wow. Yeah, I guess with that there, and then I'm gonna cut in maybe thirds. Let's go with. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can cut it the way they fucking said on this. It's a flat line. Apparently, you're supposed to cut right through there, and I'm supposed to just cut right through. Uh huh. Right through. Oh, pretty much right through. Okay, and then you got all this fat you gotta get rid of, though. It's fun. I'm gonna do that off camera, but yeah, this is. I mean, I think I'd rather just get pre whatever chicken, but maybe if I get good at it. Maybe if I get good at it. All right, I'm gonna try not to crowd the pan as I oil this up with olive oil and just brown the chicken parts that I'm using. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm probably not gonna use the, you know, the wings. I'm just gonna do the legs and the breast. Remember not to crowd it. I'm not gonna do this all in one go, so I'll just do about that. We'll see if that goes well. Well, that's going on. We have our worst cuts of bacon in history, and but everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. This is gonna just need to cook it just until it's good. It's crispy-ish enough. Then I can add the other stuff. That is making some good sounds over there. That's a good sound. Right, well, that's cooking pretty good. Maybe a little too much. Turn it down a bit, like a punch. Let's check on our chicken over here. Let's see how much color we got so far. We're doing we'll do a bit more. A little bit more. Not to lie, this bacon's coming around a lot better than I thought it would. I thought it'd just be an absolute mess, but it's got pieces. It's a little gross looking, but it's doing its job. Just gotta make sure it doesn't burn too much, and I can actually cook it through. Okay, this bacon's about ready, but I think our chicken over here is about ready to flip. Let's go over here for a second there. Good, thank you. That's a good shot. Okay, let's just see how this looks right now. There's some brown there, could be a little more, but it's okay. And that black stuff is probably gonna be okay because it's from the how pans work. Good color there. I just washed this, so it should be fine. I mean, that's flavor, right? Right? Back over here. Okay, that bacon looks like it's done crisping enough. So I'm gonna add the onion. Onion goes in there. And just mix that in with it. Yeah, I definitely should have maybe pat dried the chicken to get all the water off it, right? And this is sticking really pretty darn well to the pan, which might have been my fault. It's only a little more color there. Yeah, it took a little more. I thought I used enough olive oil. Maybe I didn't use enough. Maybe you did use a good enough olive oil. I don't know. It could be going for a little more color on this, but this is kind of scaring me a little bit, and I don't want to do too much. This is still sticking. I don't know. I just need to sear it, really. Also, add a little more olive oil to the onions. I felt like it wasn't gonna, with just a little bit of bacon fat I had didn't do enough, so add a little olive of that. So that's looking good. Okay, not as brown as I want, but I'm getting nervous, so I'm gonna say that's about good, and we'll get the other ones in. Okay, the my phone got way too hot. It almost overheated, so I had to take it. I need to take away from the hot pans releasing all their garbage, and I'm gonna add a bit more olive oil to this than I probably should, and I probably should have cleaned out. So that's fine. We're learning here. We're all learning here. We're having a great time. Olive oil. Let's not die from the. Woo! It's so hot, but it's not even that hot. I forgot to. Oh no! I forgot to. The thing I said I was gonna do. You could pat down, get all the water out of this stuff, so it doesn't do that. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Whatever. Going on an adventure. I have a feeling this is going to be a disaster. Oh, that's way too much oil. What did I do? What am I doing? Why is it sticking so much? Is it because cast iron? Should not have done that. Ugh. The iron's looking good, right? Iron's looking good. This is looking just fine, so I'm adding the vegetables into it now, and I think that's. There's that. Oh, I forgot to put the garlic. Number 5. No, they're fine. We don't need to add the garlic yet. Don't add the garlic yet. Actually, you know what? I probably should add the. All right, with the something that's when I add my garlic. That's everything's. I put it for just a second, just a second. It smells real nice. Everything's nice and good. Everything's great. And then immediately we gotta add our wine. Our wine goes here. It's about within what? It's about 2 cups or so. Just want that deglaze, some of that goodies in the end on the bottom. That's nice. And then the oops. And the chicken here looks like I can flip it now. Where's my? There you are. If I can flip this chicken, how we're looking. Pretty good. Here we go. That's good. That's good. This is better. This is better. This is not a disaster. This is great. Yeah. Okay, with that Chardonnay in there, I'm also going to add my Better Than Bouillon, which is better than Bouillon because I like bouillon. It's not that bad. That's a little bit stuck on there, so I'm going to just go whoop, swirl, 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 and that's kind of working. This is not what I probably should be doing. Let that cook and do its thing, and while that, I think our chicken is almost done. Yeah, that chicken's, I think, nice and pretty much done. I'd say. I think it's fine. So we're gonna put that in all with the other chicken that I'll get done in a second. But we gotta do something important that I could have done this all in one pan, but I feel like I guess I just thought that using a cast iron to cook the chicken would be a good idea, which it might. I don't know. Maybe this is all gonna be fine. What we're gonna do is first of all, because I'm cooking and it's a rule, I have a little bit of wine. I already have almost all of this gone for cooking, and we're just gonna do this. We're gonna deglaze it, just enough, just to glaze it. How was this one anyway? A bit sweeter than it should have been, I think. It's supposed to be like an extra dry wine, but it's a little sweet. Oh, should be fine. Tastes good. So let that do its thing for a second. All that, just gotta make sure all the good. Gosh, this is a gross sound. Maybe I should get a better thing than just the tongs. Let's see if this works. Get all those good stuff off the bottom, because that's flavor. Just let that cook and reduce. Don't do that. How's that looking? Looking like it's in need of beef. Beef. Oh, I guess beef. Chicken. Oh boy. What have I been doing? What am I getting myself into? Forgot to add the thyme to it. Just not too much, really. Because this is the stuff, not the not fresh kind, the powdered, not powdered, the dry kind. That's about good enough. I don't need too much more. I don't want to overpower anything. What if it needs salt and pepper? It needs pepper. I don't know how much salt is in this bouillon. Not bouillon. A decent amount. So probably not too much salt, if any. I got salt. I got my pink Himalayan salt because pink's great. I should taste this actually. That's good. That doesn't need salt, I think. It doesn't need pepper though. Black pepper, white pepper, whatever floats your boat. How was my wine getting all this out? Not most of it. I think that's good. I think I'm gonna be careful, very careful, very careful. Just pour that good stuff in there. Get all the good flavor in there. And now we're starting to Going to a good boil. I think we're doing good. Just realizing now I probably shouldn't have had the stock before I had a chance to cook down the wine. That's probably not a good idea. But I think everything's gonna be fine. It's fine. It's where am I stressed out? We're just cooking. I think it tastes fine. And with all that stuff in, I think it's about time that I have my chicken. That's gonna cook all nice. Make sure it's all deep in there so we don't miss anything. Yeah, I think this is gonna be good. That's gonna thicken up a lot. I didn't flour the chicken. Also, I should have done that. That would help thicken this a bit. But I got cornstarch for this purpose, so everything will be fine. Okay, with all that done, and all I have to do really is wait for it to cook well enough, and then add the final touches stuff. I think I can finally relax. I can just relax and drink my wine and go, this is good, and then maybe I'll watch something while this happens. Who knows? That's a really good wine. Wow. Yeah, buy local, guys. Wow. Okay, so while this is cooking, I got a fun story for you. The bacon that I didn't use for this, what I did, if you can see in the corner, I have bacon in the corner. I was cooking that in the oven because I found that's the best way to do it. And I forgot about it, and it was like, oh, it's way overdone, but it's still fine. And I put it ready, and I got everything ready. And then for some reason, I forgot that pans are hot, and so I was gonna grab the pan to wash it, and I just grabbed the hot pan, and I burned my hand. So I didn't cut myself, but it hurts, and that's a learning experience. That's a really dumb thing I did. Ow! All right, well, I'm trying not to think about my burnt hands. Let's just see how this chicken's going. I feel like the breasts and whatever are going to be cooked pretty quickly. This actually looks almost done. Let me just cut through it really quick. That is most definitely all the way through. Looking good. Yeah. So I'd say I'm not sure how much this is done. This doesn't look like it's going to be done. I'm going to check this other part too and see if it's good. Okay, that is also definitely fully cooked. This is all fully cooked, and I don't want to do too much more. I don't want to cook it too much more. I'm going to put it on very, very low. How about that? Very, very low. Finish my glass of wine. And let's see what else I have to do. First, I got to thicken it a little bit. The thing I need to do, though, is I need to add some heavy cream first, which is delicious and everything. For anything with heavy cream, I don't need too much, just enough to. That's about good, I say. Let's swirl that around, see if that's looking good. That is looking really good. Oh, yeah. But it's still very thick. Are the vegetables good? Mm. Oh, yeah. They're not like super soft. The carrots at least aren't super soft, which is good because I don't want mushy stuff. But yeah, I think it's almost good. I need that, and I need to thicken up with a little bit of cornstarch. Let me give me a second to do that. Okay, there was barely any cornstarch left in my one little bin I have left, so I'm just using what little that is left. Hopefully that won't be too much. I think it should be fine. And with that, you mix that a little bit just to make it so, and we'll see if it thickens up. It'll thicken up and it'll be all delicious and it'll be almost done. It doesn't need salt, pepper at all. I think it's great. Okay. The chicken could have been seared a little more, but it is what it is. The bacon made is way overdone, but that doesn't really bother me that much. I like well cooked stuff, which is probably a good thing. But I don't know. It's probably how I grew up because my mom needed everything ever to be ultra well done to the point where I don't think I had a steak that wasn't or steak or anything cooked like that wasn't well done until I was like out of high school. There's a fun story. Now, the last little thing you do is that now that the heat is gone, you add a little bit of butter just to give it a little bit of a nice, good shine. And butter is good for lots of things. Have that butter just do its thing, and then we're almost done. Okay, that butter is fully melted, incorporated everything, and everything looks basically done. I think I'm gonna give that a little taste and see if it's good. Okay, with the fact that I'm holding this and can't really use a fork and knife, I'm gonna try and just eat this. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try the breast first. I'm gonna see how that is. Try itself. A little bit of onion on there. A little onion on there. That is pretty darn good. Needs a little more of the sauce, definitely. Okay, one bite later, and I'm thinking it's good. I feel like I need to thicken the sauce a little bit more, maybe. Not for certain. But it's I mean it's good. It's very good. Okay, add a little more sauce just to see if that'll make a difference. I'm gonna try this leg, even though I don't like bones. I don't like bones in my meat. I don't like bones in it. It's just gross. Let's say. Man, I love chicken. That's good. I feel like I could have used a little more bouillon and honestly make a little more things. And the wine doesn't come out too much, but it comes out just enough. You're like, oh, that's definitely a wine cook stuff, which is I love wine cook things. The vegetables, I think, are perfectly cooked. They're just want to have a little bit of a crunch. And onions are amazing, so the onions are great. Yeah, I'd say this is a solid win, maybe. Definitely room for improvement, and I definitely need to not burn my hand next time, which I just remembered to burn my hand. Now it hurts more. Whatever, we'll see how it goes. Whatever, this is a learning experience, and I learned how to make a halfway decent, possibly passable coq au vin that I at least will eat. If the French think I did an awful job, then go ahead and tell me. I'll just tell me what I did wrong. And also, before I forget, I've been trying to remember to say this. I understand there's no mushrooms in this. The reason for that is I don't like mushrooms and I think they're gross and I don't want to eat them. So I didn't add them. I thought about adding more of something else, but then I remembered like the idea is that you don't substitute things for things, you just don't add it. So I just didn't add it. So we have just this, and I think it's a good job. I feel like I almost think there could be lemon in this, but I feel like that would overpower more of the stuff. Yeah, I usually did I made this before, but I made it just with chicken breast, and that was good. I also didn't also used a red wine. The white wine is a bit of a decision. I feel like a red wine would have been a lot better, to be honest. I feel like the white wine didn't give enough of the flavor that a red wine would have done. And also, red wine turns it purple, which I think is really fun. But this is good. This is fine. Everything went relatively fine. Nothing went. I didn't. Nothing. There's no disaster. Uh, the hand burn was. It'll happen, and I braised the chicken fine. Could use it different things. This is all a learning experience. I'm learning as we go. I'm not a chef. I'm not a good chef. I'm not good at cooking things, but I like cooking things. And this was it was almost stressful at times, but I think I did a good job. And I think that more people need to cook. And if you don't like cooking, then you're doing it wrong. Because just make sure just cook. Just make sure everything's ready before ahead of time. Don't be running around. Everything ready, except for me. Like I have that with my. I just lose a lot of my like utensils and spoons, whatever I have, and that's a problem. I need. I really need a place I can put stuff. I don't have a lot of kitchen, a little bit of shelf space to put things. But other than that, I'd say this is fine. Cooking's supposed to be relaxing. Why am I not relaxed?